Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well today. For tonight's practice, you will need a blanket of some sort, and you may want a strap or a belt, rope, anything long that will serve you in just a little while. So in the past, I've been doing these gentle plus meditation classes with the meditation at the end. But today we're going to switch it up. We're going to turn it upside down, and we're going to do the meditation at the beginning, and then we'll go through our practice. So to start, this is how I'm going to teach you to start. If this is not what you want to do, that is okay. You can do whatever is comfortable, whatever your body needs today. So I'm going to take this blanket and I'm going to stand up because I always find it easier to do while I'm standing. I'm going to open this blanket to about this big. This particular blanket, that's just one fold. And so it's about this big. And I'm going to put the fringy end down and I'm going to make a little pyramid. So I'm going to make little layers with the blanket, like an accordion sort of. And each layer that you make is a little bit shorter than the one below it. So you're going to end up with a little pyramid. Something like that. If that is like not working for you, it's too much, feel free to just roll your blanket like a burrito. That will give you a very similar experience. So when you get your blanket folded, take it to your mat or wherever you are, and you'll want it to be about halfway down your mat. And then you can either sit on it or sit right past it. And you'll want when you place the blanket, you'll want it about the middle of your mat, long ways. And then slowly lie back onto the blanket. Rest your head on the one end of it, and if you have your bum on the other end, you can have that there as well. So the point of the blanket here is to support your spine. So you want that blanket to just fit right into your spine. Maybe you wiggle a little bit, get it to just kind of fit right in there just right. And when you are ready, let your knees bend. Bring the bottoms of your feet together for Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. If this is too much or it's not comfortable, feel free to just bend those knees and bring the bottoms of your feet to the mat. But otherwise, you can rest those feet in Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. If you want to use blocks or blankets or something beneath your thighs, because we're going to be here for a little while for the meditation, you can feel free to do that, and feel free if you need at any point to bend those knees toward the sky or adjust in any way that you may need to. So I'm going to sit up, but you stay seated and allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. Take a big inhale in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. One more time, big inhale in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. And to allow your body to release any tension that you're holding, any stress. Are there any places within your body that feel tight today? If so, allow those places to relax into the mat. With each inhale that you take, envision sending the air to those sticky or tight places, and then as you exhale, envision that tightness or stickiness or stress leaving your body. Allow your breath to be deep and full, but not forced or super efforted. I just made that word up, I think. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. Feel your ribs expand as you breathe. Feel your belly rise. And then on each exhale, feel the belly fall. Feel the ribs collapse and the chest falls. And continue breathing without too much effort or force, just allowing the breath to be deep, sending that air throughout the body, throughout the mind, throughout the whole being, allowing it to cleanse and renew your spirit. And slowly begin to bring your awareness to your heart space. Maybe you even bring one or both hands to cover your heart. As you continue to breathe in and out, feel the rise and fall of your chest. And imagine deep inside your chest a green light. Allow your gaze to fix upon this green light. And as you continue to look and gaze upon this green light, notice what size it is. Is it near or does it seem far away? Is it moving or is it still? What else do you notice about this green light? The heart space is the home of the Anahata chakra, and a chakra is an energy center within the body. The Anahata chakra is the center of all the chakras, a bridge between the first three chakras, which have to do with things like feeling safe, secure, joyful, happy, and decisive. And the higher chakras, which have to do with things like wisdom and enlightenment. In our Anahata chakra, we hold things like love and compassion, whether for ourselves or for someone else. It is the place from which we can see the world as a whole rather than as many fragmented and broken pieces. If you had to draw your Anahata chakra in this moment, or your heart center, what might it look like? The green light that you hold in your mind's eye may inspire your drawing, or you may visualize it as something altogether different. In the next few moments, simply allow your attention to rest on your heart space and take notice of how it feels within you. When you are ready, bring into your mind's eye an image of someone you love dearly. This person may be living in this life or the next. This person may not even be human. This person may not even be real. When you have this image in your mind's eye, begin to connect with the feelings that you have toward this beloved one. What happens to the green light in your chest? What happens to your heart? Next, notice how your heart feels when I say these words. You are worthy of receiving the same amount of love you give to others. You are worthy of receiving the same amount of love you give to others. As we move slowly throughout our practice today, I invite you to consider dedicating this time to you and only you. It does not mean you are selfish. It does not mean that you do not care for others. It simply means that you are invited to receive some amount of love for all the love that you share with others. If you would like to select a word or phrase or an image for your intention for today's practice, I invite you to do so. Maybe if nothing in particular comes to mind, you dedicate this time to your heart space and receiving some of that love that you share with others. When you have selected your intention or allowed it to select you, if you haven't already, bring your hands to your heart space. Let one hand cover your chest and then the other cover the other hand. Take a big inhale in through your nose. Feel your chest rise. Feel your ribs expand. Feel your belly rise. Hold at the top. And then as you exhale, feel the belly fall first. Feel the ribs sink in and feel the chest fall. One more time, big inhale. Feel the chest rise, the ribs expand, the belly rise. Hold at the top. And let the belly fall, the ribs fall, and the chest fall. And then continue to hold yourself in this moment, releasing the effort from your breath. When you feel ready, if it's right for you, roll over to your left side in the fetal position. Maybe you make a cushion for your head with your hands or your arm, or maybe you drag the blanket to be under your head. When you're ready, slowly begin to press your hands into the earth to rise up. we'll come to meet in a tabletop position. Now, if you like to have your blanket beneath your knees for tabletop like I do, you may need to refold your blanket, so take a moment to do that if you need. Place that blanket the way you like it, and we'll meet up in tabletop, hands and knees position. Allow your wrists to stack beneath your shoulders, the knees beneath your hips. And take a moment just to send your hips side to side, finding a little bit of movement in the spine, maybe even stretching your neck with it. Finding a little bit of movement throughout the body. And when you're ready, we'll come to a neutral tabletop with a long, flat spine. Take a big inhale as you lower the belly toward the earth. Reach your chest forward and look up toward the sky for cow pose. As you exhale, press the earth away with your hands, arch your back, and tuck your chin and your tailbone for cat pose. On your inhale, lower that belly, look up to the sky, reach your chest forward for cow. Exhale for cat, belly comes up and in, tuck your chin and tailbone. And continue flowing here through a few rounds of cat-cow at the pace of your breath, allowing your breath to be your guide. Feel free to add any additional movements here that feel good for your body, maybe side to side, front to back. Whatever feels good. And when that feels complete, come back to a neutral tabletop with the long, flat spine. Let your bum and your hips stay stacked above your knees. As you begin to walk your hands forward as wide as your mat, lead with your chest. Let your chest come to the earth, and then let your forehead come to the earth. This is called Anahatasana, which, if that sounds familiar, that is because Anahata is what the chakra we talked about, the heart chakra. And Anahata is the heart chakra, and this pose is called melting heart pose or Anahatasana. So allow yourself to rest here. Maybe you even gently sway your hips side to side, feeling a little bit of movement in those hips. Or if you want more shoulder opening here, you can bend the elbows, bringing the hands to prayer position behind your head or to the base of your neck. Take one more round of breath here. Then press both hands into the earth to come back to tabletop. Let your knees go wide this time. Let the toes come to touch or toward one another. And send your bum back onto the heels of your feet. Then walk your arms forward, laying your upper body on the earth for child's pose. This is very similar to what we just did on the Hatasana or puppy pose, but this pose sends your bum toward the heels of your feet and your hips open to either side. So if you want to stay here and increase your hip opening, you can gently begin to allow those knees to open a little bit wider and a little bit wider. If you get to the place where your toes want to come apart, that's okay. Just face those big toes away from one another and let those knees open up to either side. Allow your body to sink into this pose, feeling those hips opening, feeling the chest opening. And you can do the same thing with your hands here that we did in puppy pose. You can bend the elbows, bringing the hands to prayer position or to the base of your mat. Or you can just leave them on the earth. And one more round of breath here in child's pose. And at the bottom of your exhale, press back up to tabletop and send your bum back onto the heels of your feet. You can sit on your lower legs, or if you want to rise up, if that feels more comfortable, you can do that as well, or just sink those hips back towards your bum. On your inhale, reach your arms overhead, long and tall and straight. As you exhale, bend the elbows, opening the chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades together in your back as you look up toward the sky. Hold here for cactus arms. Remember to breathe. And draw that belly in toward the spine to protect the lower back in this slight back bend. One more time, reach long and tall on your inhale. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, opening the chest. Hug that belly button toward the spine, protecting the lower back. And one more breath here. Then release those hands down by your side and grab your strap or your belt or whatever you have in place of your strap. And bring your hands onto the strap a little bit wider than shoulder width. So if you want to find what shoulder width is, put those hands towards your shoulders and then come straight out that shoulder width. And you'll want to go a little bit wider. On your inhale, take the strap overhead and you're pulling that strap like you're trying to break it, so you're engaging those arms as you do so. As you exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. Find your sticky spot here and hang out in that sticky spot. Just kind of bouncing up and down, breathing space into the space between your shoulder blades. And on an inhale, come back to the top. As you exhale, keep separating those hands without actually moving them, bringing the strap in front of you. Inhale, back to the top. And as you exhale, behind it goes. This time, let it sink as far as it's ready to sink, opening that chest to the sky. On your next inhale, bring those arms back up. Exhale, forward. And if you want to challenge yourself, walk one hand in ever so slightly, and inhale, up we go. As you exhale, go back. Pause in the sticky spot if you need to, or allow that strap to sink all the way towards your hips. Inhale, back to the top. One more time each side. Exhale to the front. Inhale, up. And exhale to the back. Hang out here as long as you need, maybe even moving side to side, stretching those arms, stretching the shoulders, opening the chest. And on an inhale, bring the strap back to the top. And then release your strap off to the side. From here, we're gonna come onto our belly. So I'm gonna have to turn, but you probably won't have to turn to be on your mat. But either way, just come to your belly. Let your hands interlace beneath your foreheads and allow your forehead to just rest on those hands like it's a pillow. Lift the feet up to the sky, and on your inhale, windshield wipe them to one side of the mat. On your exhale, send them to the other side, and continue windshield wiping side to side, moving at the pace of your breath. One more round of breath here. And on the exhale, lower those feet to the earth. Let the feet rest about as wide as your hips, but let all 10 toenails dig into the earth. Even the pinky toe that wants to cheat a little bit. And then come up to your forearms, allowing the elbows to stack directly beneath the shoulders. Make like an 11 with your arms and spread the fingers wide. Let your gaze be slightly in front of your fingertips. And draw that belly button toward your spine, protecting that lower back, just like we did a few moments ago. That's engaging the core in the front, and that serves to protect the lower back in this bit of a back bend. Hold here for 2 rounds of breath. And on your third inhale, if you'd like, lift the right foot toward your bum. Maybe you take the left hand and kind of cross it over, but keep that elbow beneath the shoulder. Reach your right arm around and grab that foot or ankle. Maybe your hands come around to be on the toes of the foot. Press the foot into the hand, and the hand opens the chest and the entire body. Keep pressing that foot into the hand, opening, 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 lifting the chest. One more round of breath. And then release that foot. Come back to 2 elbows beneath the shoulders. On an inhale, lift the left foot toward your bum. And maybe your right hand crosses over toward the left side. Reach your left arm around, grab the ankle or grab the foot, and let that hand sneak around toward the toes. Bring your shoulders back in line with one another and turn back to face the top of your mat. Take a big inhale and lift. Let the foot press firmly into the hand, lifting your upper body. You don't want to be dumping into that right shoulder. You want to be lifted. So let that foot guide the way. And to protect the lower back, draw that belly button toward the sky. One more round of breath. And on your exhale, lower both feet, coming back to Sphinx pose. That is where the elbows are beneath the shoulders. And rest here. On your next exhale, lower the upper body all the way down. We have some options here with our arms. Option 1 is going to be to straighten your arms with the hands down by your hips. Option 2 will be to grab your strap and wrap both hands around behind you. Option 3 would be to interlace those fingers behind you without the strap. So take your pick. Another option if you want to do this as well is just to have your arms directly out to the side. Whichever you prefer, pick your poison. And on your inhale, dig all 10 toenails into the earth. Draw the belly button toward the sky. And maybe those hands lift off the earth any amount, lifting the chest, lifting the upper body. And you stay here, or if this is going well and you want more, maybe those feet lift as well. Draw that belly button toward the sky, protecting the lower back. And breathe. Lower feet if they're lifted, lower upper body. Send those feet to the sky, windshield wipe side to side. Shalabhasana one more time, so let those feet come back to the earth. If you interlace your fingers behind you before, then interlace them again, but in the opposite way. So let the opposite hand be on top. And when you're ready, dig all those toenails into the earth, draw your belly button toward the sky. Take a big inhale, opening the chest, lifting the chest with those hands. And if that's going well, maybe the feet lift as well. Either way, we continue to breathe. We continue to lift. And the gaze is slightly in front of you with a relaxed neck. We don't want straining in the neck. And on an exhale, lower feet, lower upper body. Make that pillow again with your hands and rest your forehead, lifting those feet to the sky. Draw some circles in one direction. And in the other direction. Then down the feet go again. We'll come back into that Sphinx pose, letting the elbows stack beneath the shoulders. Now, we're going to come into either a full bow pose, or if you want to do the half thing again that we did a moment ago, you can just do one leg at a time. But if you want to do both legs at a time and you feel warm enough to do that, then bend both knees, sending both feet toward your bum. Draw that belly button toward the spine, protecting the lower back. Reach one hand around to grab an ankle or toes. Keep that shoulder in line with the other one. So square up those shoulders to the front of your mat. And if you feel good here, reach the right hand to grab the right foot. Press the feet into the hands to lift the knees and open the chest. We're opening the chest and we are lifting the belly button toward the sky to protect the lower back. So when you're here, draw the knees toward one another. They're not touching, and that's okay. Relax the neck. And breathe. Lower, release on the exhale. Send both knees to the sky, feet that is, and draw your circles in one direction. And in the other direction. Then allow those feet to come to the earth and reach both arms out to either side. Let your gaze be toward the
left, so your right cheek is resting on the earth. Press your right hand into the earth. As you inhale, lift the left arm any amount. Maybe you come so far as to roll over onto the right side of your body, letting the left foot cross over behind the right, opening those shoulders toward the sky. This is a very big chest opener, so honor the limits of your body. If your body is here today, that is A-okay. We're not forcing anything to be ready for anything that it is not ready for. On your next exhale, lower back down with that left arm and switch your gaze looking over to the right. Rest your left cheek on the mat. Inhale, lift the right arm any amount. Maybe you come to open to the left side of the body, crossing that right leg over the left. Pressing that left hand into the earth. Opening the chest and breathe. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, sink all the way back onto your belly. Lift those feet again and windshield wipe them side to side. When you are ready, press your hands into the earth to lift back into a tabletop, hands and knees position. Take a moment to wag your tail, shifting your hips side to side. Maybe even stretching out that neck. And then we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow here. On your inhale, lower the belly, look up toward the sky. As you exhale, belly comes toward the sky, tuck your chin and tailbone. Inhale, lower the belly, chest reaches forward, look up. Exhale, belly comes up, tuck your chin, tuck your bum. And take about 2 more rounds of breath in cat-cow, or if there's something else that your body needs, feel free to do that. And at the bottom of your second exhale, come back to a neutral tabletop. Walk your hands a baby step forward, dig your toes into the earth, and send the bum up and back, finding downward facing dog. Let the heels of the feet reach toward the earth, even if they're not touching, and at the same time, reach your bum and your hips toward the sky. Press the earth away with your hands, relax the head. Maybe you pedal your feet here, bending one knee at a time. Exploring how this down dog feels in your body today. And at the bottom of your next exhale, begin to walk your hands back toward your feet. Let your feet go as wide as your mat, toes pointing away from one another. And bend those knees, sinking the bum into Malasana pose or yogi squat. If your elbows reach the knees, press those elbows into the knees, bring the hands together, reach the tailbone toward the earth, brain and head go toward the sky, opening the hips and rooting with a long, straight spine. rock side to side, opening those hips. One more rounded breath in Malasana. And at the bottom of your exhale, plant your hands into the earth and slowly rise to standing. Bring those feet closer together and we'll find Tadasana, mountain pose. So your feet can be a little bit spread apart, or you can bring those big toes to touch, spread your heels of your feet slightly apart and spread those toes wide, finding a solid and sturdy base for your body. Begin to shift your weight into your left foot. And when you feel stable, bend the right knee. Your hands can come to heart center if you wish. And you can stay here, or you can begin to walk that foot up to the inside of the calf, or you can lift above the knee to the inside of the thigh. Wherever you are, press the foot into the standing leg and the standing leg into the foot. When you're ready, if you would like, grow those branches toward the sky. If you would like a little bit of added challenge, maybe you bend the elbows, finding cactus, and lifting your gaze. Whoops, I'm gonna fall toward the sky. Find your drishti, your focal point, something that is not moving, and connect with that. Let it keep you steady, steadier than I am this evening. And if you need to, bring those hands back to heart center. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, release the right foot, shake it all out. And then come back to standing, finding that sturdy Tadasana, spreading those toes wide like roots of a tree. Press the ball of the foot into the earth, press the heel of the foot into the earth, press the sides of the foot into the earth. And when you're ready, bend your left knee and then lift the foot toward your bum. Reach your right arm around behind you, grab the right foot, and bring, if your knee went off to the side, bring that knee back to center. Let the shoulders square up and reach your left arm overhead. Take a big inhale. Find your drishti, your focal point, something that's not moving. And when you feel steady, keep that left foot rooted. Woo, I am not steady today. Keep that left foot rooted. Lead with the left arm. Press the foot into the right hand and let the chest, your heart space, lead as you come forward any amount into Dandayamana. Woo, I'm so not steady. Dandayamana Dhanurasana is this standing bow pose. So you're gonna keep that left foot rooted, keep the right foot pressing into the earth, into your hand that is, and leading with the chest, you reach that left arm forward. Play with this as long as you like. Feel steady as long as you like. And keep trying. If you keep falling out like I do today, just keep coming back to that center. Draw the belly in toward your ribs, toward your spine. Protect that lower back. And on an exhale, release the right foot, release the left arm, shake it all out. Maybe you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about, because why not? We've got another side to do.
So when you're ready, when you've got it all shaken out, bring your right foot to root into the earth. Dig all those toes, spread them wide, dig them into the earth. And when you're ready, bring the left heel to the right ankle. Stay here if you wish, or begin to move that left foot to the inside of the calf or the inside of the thigh. Hands can come to heart center, hands can stay at your hips, or if you want that challenge, reach those arms overhead. For extra challenge, bend the elbows into cactus and turn your gaze slightly up, finding your drishti, your focal point, whatever is not moving, and breathe into that focal point. One more breath. And on your exhale, release the left leg, release the hands, shake it all out. And then come back to stand, rooting that right foot firmly into the earth. Find your drishti, your focal point, something that is in front of you that is not moving. And when you feel ready, bend your left knee. Bring your left arm around, grab the foot, let your hand come toward the toes, and square that shoulder off to the front. Lift your right arm and stay here if you wish. If your knee is flopping over to the side, bring it back to center. Take a big inhale. Lead with your chest. Press the foot into your hand as you fold forward. Your drishti may have to move with you, and that's okay. Press the left foot into that hand and continue leading with your heart. Keep those shoulders square. Keep the hips a little bit open, but square toward the front or the top of your mat. And keep playing here. Keep focusing. Keep breathing. If you fall out, come right back in. And breathe. Find that drishti. That's going to be the most important thing to keep you rooted. And of course, we're drawing that belly button in toward the spine to protect the lower back. Take one more round of breath. And on your exhale, release foot and hand and shake it all about. Do your hokey pokey, because why not? And shake those legs out if you need to. Then come back to Tadasana feet, allowing those toes, big toes to touch or be slightly apart, and let your heels be slightly apart from one another. Bring your hands to heart center, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, sinking into chair pose. Option one, you reach your left arm by the left side. Left arm reaches behind you, right in front of you, and you open twist toward your left side. Option two, those hands stay at heart center. You sink deep into your chair. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee, and you find a closed twist toward the left. One more round of breath. And come back to center. Stay in chair. We've got another side. Option one, you reach the right arm behind you, left arm in front of you, open twist toward your right side. Option two, hands stay at heart center, left elbow, right knee, opening, pressing the elbow into the knee, close twist toward your right. Two more breaths. back to center. Step your left foot back and lower that knee, finding Anjaneyasana with the right foot forward. Take your left hand, place it beside your right foot, and reach the right arm toward the sky, opening up for that twist. On your next exhale, bring 2 hands to the earth. Send the right foot back and bring the left foot forward for Anjaneyasana on the other side. Right hand stays on the earth. Lift your left arm toward the sky. Twist toward your left. One more breath. On your exhale, bring 2 hands to the earth and step the left foot back, finding tabletop pose. Take a minute to shake those hips out, side to side. And then we'll come from tabletop onto our bums. So you can bring those feet around in front of you, find your seat, and when you're ready, lower all the way down onto your back. Let your knees reach toward the sky. Let your feet go as wide as your mat. Reach those knees toward the middle and let them touch. On your inhale, send both knees to the right side. On your exhale, send both knees to the left side. And windshield wipe those knees side to side, moving with your breath. At the bottom of your next exhale, return those knees back to center. And then walk those feet to about hip width apart. Bring the heels of the feet toward your bum, as close to your bum as you can get them. Let your hands come down on either side of your hips. Take a big inhale. Press the feet into the earth to lift your hips. Your hands can stay here, or you can reach those hands to interlace the fingers beneath your lower back. Either way, we're pressing the earth away with the feet to lift the hips in bridge pose. Breathe here in bridge pose. Maybe you snuggle your shoulder blades under a little bit so you can open up even more. Breathe here. If the knees try to sneak out to the side, bring them back to about hip width. And on your next exhale, lower the hips to the earth. Windshield wipe those knees side to side and untuck those shoulder blades. Bring your right knee in toward your belly. Extend your left leg straight. Inhale, and as you exhale, take the right leg over to the left side of the body. Extend your right arm and look to your right. On your inhale, bring the knee back to center and send that right leg to meet the left. Inhale your left leg in, hug it, and as you exhale, take that leg over to the right side of the body, extending your left arm, looking to your left. And breathe.
option here is to bring both knees in, giving them a hug, draw your circles, find a happy baby. Another option, if you're ready for Shavasana, is just to go ahead and lower both legs and find your final resting pose. If there are any movements or poses that your body needs before you're ready for Shavasana, take a moment to do whatever it is that your body needs. And when you feel ready to practice Shavasana, make your way to your favorite final resting pose. Use whatever pillows, blankets, props, whatever you have that you would like. Make yourself cozy and comfortable. And when you get there, allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. Take a big inhale in through your nose. Let it go through your mouth. One more time, big inhale in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale. Release all efforts from your body. Release all efforts from your breath. Release all efforts from your mind. For the next few moments, allow yourself to simply be. If you would like to remain here and continue resting, please feel completely free to do so. When you're ready to move again, wiggle fingers and toes, stretch your arms up overhead, reach side to side. And if it's right for you, roll over to your right side in the fetal position, finding a few final moments to simply be.
Begin to make your way to a seated position, your eyes remaining closed or your gaze softened and hands at heart center. Take a big inhale in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. Thank you all so very much for the beautiful and wonderful gift of sharing your practice with me and with one another today. It is a joy and an absolute honor to be with you, even if virtually rather than in person. Bringing our thumbs to our third eye, which is the middle of the forehead, we open our minds and our hearts. Namaste.